What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Destiny. So today I'm going to be showing you how I install this cute little pre-highlighted honey blonde wig. I think this is going to be a part of my new client series on my channel. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. Alright, you guys, so today's video is sponsored by Unice hair. So of course I got my wig in the box, but they also sent me this cute headband and also a nude stocking cap, which is super clutch. I love these. So this is their T-part fake scout wig. I will put all the details in the description box, but the lace comes with like a nude fabric over the lace, like it's sewn onto the lace. But the wig comes with 3 clips, well, 3 combs, 2 on the side and 1 in the back, and an adjustable strap. Now I am cutting off that nude like fabric off of the lace because my client, she is brown skin, and I knew that this color would not look right on her. So I'm just going to cut that little piece of fabric off of the lace. It was super easy to remove or whatever. Now as you can see, like, this is literally a T-part wig, meaning like there's only like parting space down the middle and then along the hairline, and the rest is pretty much like tracks on the closure piece or whatever. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to be plucking the part and making it super crisp, super clean, and just like we're gonna part the C with this. Okay, so that's the first thing that I am going to do, is just make sure that my part is like on point.
Your body killing and me see the damn crime. From a mile when me see the tan line. She a dime, can you be me sunshine? When you boom for me baby and give me some wine. Boom boom for me boom mama mama. Boom for me boom mama mama. Boom for me boom mama mama. Sexy shape on you like a sauna. Your body like the tropics. Girl, you are the hot topic. No lie, no lie. Your body like the tropics. Girl, you are the hot topic. No lie, no lie.
I see you shooting my shot, get it fast, you the best. I need you, yeah, I need you. When you get undressed in the pic and the text, need a preview. Oh, oh, you know how we go. Oh, they ain't gotta know, no. We already know. Oh, she know I'm on her. She had a nigga, now he's a goner. No calisthenics, I pull up on her.
Alright, you guys, so one thing I want to mention, after I plucked the middle part, I did go and bleach the knots. Now I didn't show it on camera because I have tons of videos on my channel where I show you guys how to bleach knots and stuff like that, but this is what the knots looked like after I finished bleaching them. Now this is how I am going to finesse this wig, so ladies, pay attention. Now, like I said, this is a T-part wig, so you only have parting space down the middle and like literally like a teeny bit along the hairline. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cut some of those tracks off of the lace closure just to give it more of like a natural look, because I noticed once I was kind of like plucking the wig a little bit, it kind of was giving me like pre-plucked vibes. So you know, like how you have like a frontal or a closure and it's pre-plucked, and it's like, you know, it's plucked and then it's kind of like that harsh line of demarcation. That's what this was giving me. So I wanted to make sure I tried my best to make this wig look as natural as possible. So all I did was just cut some of the thread on the inside of the wig, and then I flipped it over and then snipped those tracks off. Now you do want to be careful when you're doing this, because once you cut the tracks off, there is nothing there. It's going to be bald. So make sure you don't you don't cut off too much of the track, because you don't want a big bald patch. You just want enough where it gives you the most natural looking, effect as possible. And that is what I did to basically like transform this wig. Okay, so ladies, write that tip down. Okay, don't say I ain't tell y'all nothing. Okay.
Your body killing and me see the damn crime. From a mile when me see the tan line. She a dime, can you be me sunshine? When you boom for me baby and give me some wine. Boom boom for me boom mama mama. Boom for me boom mama mama. Boom for me boom mama mama. Sexy shape on you like a sauna. Your body.
Alright, you guys, so now I'm just showing you what the wig looks like. It made a complete difference once I cut off some of those tracks, and like I said, be careful because there is nothing there, so you don't want it to be too bald, but you just want to cut enough just so that it can kind of give you the most realistic hairline as possible. And those were the tracks that I showed you. Like, I literally snipped like a tiny bit, but that is what the wig looked like, you guys. Complete 360. So let's jump into the best part, the install. Alright, you guys, so now we are on to the install portion. So now I'm just going to take the yellow bottle of the Got To Be glue gel. I'm going to apply that to her edges, and then I'm going to use an edge brush to just brush that all in. And then I'm going to make sure it is nice, like her edges are nice and slick back, because we are using an adhesive. So you want to make sure that you protect the edges at all costs, okay? And I'm also using my blow dry on a cool setting because that just helps it dry quicker. And now I'm just going to take my stocking cap and apply that, and then I'm just gonna sew the perimeter, well, not the perimeter, a good amount of space, because the wig, even though it's a T-part wig, it is still like the size of a 4x4 closure. And because, you know, I've done this many of times, I can kind of like eyeball how much of the stocking cap I will need to sew. So I'm just gonna do that, and then I'm gonna come back really quickly.
Your body killing and me see the damn crime. From a mile when me see the tan line. She a dime, can you be me sunshine? When you boom for me baby and give me some wine. Boom boom for me boom mama mama. Boom for me boom mama mama. Boom for me boom mama mama. Sexy shape on you like a sauna.
Alright, you guys, so once I finish sewing down the perimeter of where the closure is going to be laying, now I'm just going to take some of my Erica glue J, and I'm just going to apply that to mold the stocking cap in place. I used to use the Got To Be free spray, but to be honest, like the spray, it just sometimes it gets everywhere, it runs everywhere, and to me the glue just makes the install last a little bit longer. So I like to use glue now to mold down my ball caps and stuff like that. So I'm just going to let that sit in place, and then I'm just going to take my blow dryer and I'm going to let that dry on a cool setting, just to make sure everything is, you know, intact. And once it is dry, now I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut off all that extra stocking cap that I do not need.
Yeah, you Mariana, keep it a buck, yeah, I'm on 100. Yeah, I'm being honest. Yeah.
So now that I have all of my extra stocking cap cut off, now I'm just going to take some makeup that matches her skin complexion. Now I recommend doing a swatch test on like their forehead before you apply it onto the actual stocking cap and the lace of the wig. That would just save you the struggle of trying to, like, you know, fix anything if it's too dark or if it's too light later on. So definitely use that method, because honey, you don't want to be having your client with lace that's too light, too dark, and you know, now you're trying to conceal it later on at the end, and then it just it's too much. Okay, so now I'm just going to pull the lace back, and I'm going to clean her forehead with 70% alcohol. Most people use 90%, but I like to use 70% because alcohol is a little harsh on the skin, so I like to use 70, but it's really up to you. And I'm also going to be using that same Erica J glue that I used to mold her stocking cap in place. I'm going to be using that to install my wig as well, and I'm just going to use thin layers. Of course, I'm going to let it dry, and I did use 4 layers of glue. However, some of my footage is not going to be in this video because my camera cut off, and I did not realize until it was pretty much too late. So I did apply 4 layers. Like I said, I let them dry clear, and then I just pulled the lace into place before I started blow drying it. Okay, so once I have my wig in place, now I'm just going to take an elastic band. I'm going to tie that onto the lace of the wig just so that the glue and the lace really blend and melt perfectly. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my carrot care wax stick, and I'm going to use my hot comb just to flatten out the top of the wig while that lace is melting. So I'm just going to oh my god, why can I not talk, y'all? So I'm just going to be taking my hot comb, like I said, just to flatten out the top of the wig while the elastic is sitting on the lace.
No lie, no lie. Your body, I like the tropics. Girl, you are the hot topic. No lie, no lie.
So after my elastic band has been sitting for a little bit, I just took it off, and now I'm going to begin cutting the lace with a razor. I like to use a razor because it doesn't give it like that blunt, you know, straight cut. But I have seen people like finesse the scissors, you know, and stuff like that. But personally, I just rather use a razor. So now I'm just going to lift any of the lace that was not glued down, and I'm just going to apply a tiny bit of the Erica J glue, and I'm going to just do the same thing that I would do, is apply it in little droplets, smooth it out to a thin layer, and then let it dry. And then I'm going to press the lace into the glue.
Girl, you are the hot topic. No lie, no lie. Your body, I like the tropics. Girl, you are the hot topic. No lie, no lie. No lie, no lie. Me love the way you keep your body at my product. No lie, no lie. For you, what just happiness me go and provide. No lie, no lie. Me love the way you keep your body at my product. No lie, no lie. You're flawless and you don't try. Your body hot like the tropics. Girl, you are the hot topic. No lie, no lie. Your body hot like the tropics. Girl, you are the hot topic. No lie, no lie.
No lie, no lie, no lie.
Your body killing and me see the damn crime. From a mile when me see the tan line. She a dime, can you be me sunshine? When you boom for me baby and give me some wine. Boom, boom for me, boom, mama, mama. Boom for me, boom, mama, mama. Boom for me, boom, mama, mama. Sexy shape on you like a sauna. Your body hot like the tropics. Girl, you are the hot topic. No lie, no lie. Your body hot like the tropics. Girl, you are the hot topic. No lie, no lie.
Alright, so now that I have my baby hairs section out, now I'm just going to spray some of that Got To Be Free spray onto it, and then I'm going to take an elastic band just to help them stay flat. Like, I know sometimes baby hairs, they don't really be wanting to stay in place, okay? So that's what I like to do to make sure when I actually go to do my baby hairs, they do not start lifting or anything like that. So I just like to use some of that free spray, and then I like to hit it with a blow dryer on a setting cool. Now, we did cut this hair into a bob, a nice little blunt cut bob. So that is pretty much what I'm going to start doing. I had her stand up so I can start cutting it, but I'm not going to show all of the footage for this because, I don't know, it's kind of redundant. And to be honest, it took us like a little minute to get this to a nice little blunt cut. So I'm just going to show a little bit of the footage of me actually cutting the wig, and then I will come back in a bit.
No lie, me love the way you keep your body at my product. No lie, no lie. For you, what just happiness me go and provide. No lie, no lie. Me love the way you keep your body at my product. No lie, no lie. You're flawless and you don't try. Your body hot like the tropics. Girl, you are the hot topic. No lie, no lie. Your body hot like the tropics. Girl, you are the hot topic. No lie, no lie.
No lie, no lie, no lie.
Your body killing and me see the damn crime. From a mile when me see the tan line. She a dime, can you be me sunshine? When you boom for me baby and give me some wine. Boom, boom for me, boom, mama, mama. Boom for me, boom, mama, mama. Boom for me, boom, mama, mama. Sexy shape on you like a sauna. Your body hot like the tropics. Girl, you are the hot topic. No lie, no lie. Your body body hot like the tropics. Girl, you are the hot topic. No lie, no lie.
I see you shooting my shot, get it fast, you the best. I need you, yeah, I need you. When you get undressed in the pic and the text, need a preview. Oh, oh, you know how it go. Oh, they ain't gotta know, no, no, no. We already know. Oh, she know I'm on her. She had a nigga, now he's a goner. No calisthenics, I pull up on her. I make a movie, it could be horror. Please do not judge me, excuse me, your honor. Come get this work, yeah, you my Rihanna. Keep it a buck.
Alright, so once I finished cutting it, all I did was just bump the ends, but now we are moving on to the baby hairs. So I'm going to be using that same razor I used to cut the lace to just cut the hair on my baby hairs, and I'm using the Eco Styler gel to just do my baby hairs. I like to use Eco Styler because it doesn't really look flaky once it dries, and also it's clear. So I personally love to use gels on my baby hairs. It just holds longer and stuff like that. You can use mousse, but like I said, mousse doesn't really hold the baby hairs in place like I like them. And I know most people, you know, they don't really know how to maintain their baby hairs, especially if you do it with mousse. So I just use gel, and I like to use the clear Eco Styling gel because it doesn't leave a flaky residue, and you know, it doesn't get cakey if you have to apply more and stuff like that. So that's pretty much all I'm doing. To do my baby hairs, I'm just using Eco Styler, and I'm using an edge brush to just brush them into place.
No lie, no lie, no lie.
Your body killing and me see the damn crime. From a mile when me see the tan line. She a dime, can you be me sunshine? When you boom for me baby and give me some wine. Boom, boom for me boom mama mama. Boom for me boom mama mama. Boom for me boom mama mama. Sexy shape on your like a sauna. Your body hot like the tropics. Girl, you are the hot topic. No lie, no lie. Your body hot like the tropics. Girl, you are the hot topic. No lie, no lie.
I see you shooting my shot, get it fast, you the best. I need you, yeah, I need you. When you get undressed in the pic and the text, need a preview. Oh, oh.
Alright, so now to clean up my part, I'm just using some dark brown hairspray just to make that part super crisp, super straight. Okay, so that's what I'm using to clean up my part. And then also I'm just going to spray some pink oil sheen over the hair just to give it that nice little glossy effect. And that is pretty much it for this install. Now, if you guys enjoyed these little client videos, or if you enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments below if you want to see more client series videos from me, and I will definitely keep them coming. But also I do want to mention this hair is from Unice hair. This was their 16-inch pre-highlighted honey blonde T-part wig. I will leave all the information down in the description box in case you are interested in purchasing. But that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.